Welcome to the Bob and Tam Show today. Today it's all about campgrounds in Sturgis. If you're thinking about going, we're going to run through them, and you want to stay all the way to the end because we're actually going to show you some video clips that we went up there in October and show you some of these campgrounds that we're talking about. So let's get to it.
So stay tuned and find out where you might want to stay. These are in no particular order. We're going to start off with the Iron Horse. They don't have any hookup spots available yet. They have plenty of tent spots. As of when we talked to them the other day, they had 4 cabins left. They have tent sites the 2nd through the 13th, and that runs about $120 per person per site.
Next stop off is going to be Glencoe. You know, a lot of people really like Glencoe. It's a little bit wilder campground. There is some shaded area. The big area there is it's kind of the boondocking tent area. What that runs is $325 per person for a band. You have to buy a band at this campground. We're going to go through that and let you know which campgrounds you have to buy a band at. So that's the first thing. So if you want to stay in that area, if you're by yourself, it's going to run you $325 and that's it. Now they do have some electric. They have some 30 and 50 amp with sewer spots. They're still showing that they have a few of those available, and they start out at $775 for the 30 amp and $975 for the 50 amp, and those are pull-through ones on the 50 amp. Glencoe, there's right now the current prices, and remember we just called on all these prices we figured out on Monday, so anything can change. New price list comes out. We're going to talk about the buffalo chip. They just went up today. We're going to give you that new price, and let's see what our next campground is going to be. So the next one's going to be Pappy Hoel. That's out at the Full Throttle Saloon. You know what's going to be special about them this year is they're actually opening up on June 1st. They're already going to be taking reservations. Now these prices do not include any of those times. Most of these prices are including either coming in on Thursday or Friday and leaving the last Sunday. So we're giving you weekly prices. Right now, the wristband, if you're just going to do a tent there, is going to cost you $325 for the wristband. So that'll get you into the campground, that gets you the pool, that gets you a tent, whatever, bring your own tent or whatever. Now, if you're going to get one of the RV spots, you have to buy the wristband first. So that's $325. They do have some spots still available right now, very few.
We have a 30-foot by 60-foot with full hookups. That'll run you $725 plus the wristband. And then a pull-through spot, $895, and then $695 for a back-end spot.
Now, they don't have any cabins left, but the Full Throttle next door, you can contact the Full Throttle at $2650. That's right, $2650. It'll sleep up to 4, and it has 2 queen-size beds. Now, in that one there, you shouldn't have to buy a wristband because you're going through Michael Ballard and Angie and going through there. So you don't have to buy a wristband. That's just the price. That's just the price for the cabin, and it can sleep up to 4 people in that rate. So our next stop off is the Steel Pony. They're actually right across from the Beaver Bar, actually where the old Full Throttle used to be, if you're actually watching those old TV shows they keep redoing. Right now for there is it's $199 for the wristband, and they do have tent camping available. There's not a lot of shade there, but they do have dry camping left, which runs you $299. That's just for the RV, and then you're going to have to buy the wristbands for $199 depending on how many people are in your party. But everything else there is sold out. Their cabins and all their RV full hookups and electric and water sites.
And they have that nice pool there too. So
that's right. Another one with a pool. Top off is Days Inn. A lot of people like that campground because it's right off the highway there. It's not too far from downtown. You can stumble almost back. It's kind of a truck to get back, but if you were going to go down to
Route America or One-Eyed Jack's, you're not too awful far.
Probably about 4 or 5 blocks. So what do they got going on there?
They have $41.11 for nightly camping. If you do the rally price, it's $370, and that's 4th through the 13th. So that's probably the whole rally price for the 10 days. Then for electric, you have $64.44, and
that's a day.
That's per day, and then for a tent for the whole time is $580.
So that's if you had a tent and you want to have electric with it. They do have a few spots left. That's you bringing your tent. That doesn't include a tent.
Full hookups, that'd be $1350 for the whole rally. That's for 2 people. They don't have wristbands there, so you don't have to worry about buying wristbands, but that includes 2 people. I guess it's an additional cost if you have more than 2.
Yep. And they also have 1 cabin still left that holds, it only has 2 twin beds in it, but it's $34.65. You might want to call on that one. It does not have a bathroom in it. So you might want to check on that one and see what all is included with that. So another one that a lot of people like to stay at is the Sturgis RV Park. That's actually just a block off of Junction LaSalle there.
Right,
LaSalle and almost LaSalle and Junction. They're almost right there on that corner. They're just down the street from the Iron Horse Saloon. And so it's a really close one, but when we called them, looked at their website, nothing is up yet. They're actually saying they're not taking any more reservations right now till May 15th. Now, if you've already booked there, you're fine. But if you haven't, you're going to have to wait till May 15th and see what they have.
We'll reiterate
that camping, if you got a tent, everybody's going to have a spot for you for tent. Nobody's ever going to say it's sold out for tent camp. They'll squeeze you in
find
somewhere.
you a spot.
The other one is Kickstands. You know, a lot of people like Kickstands. Now there you do have to buy a wristband, and right now it's running $225 per person. So a lot of people, that's right there down the highway. What exit is that? It's the first exit.
I want to say it's the exit 32.
They have no more full hookups. They have no more electric and water sites. They only have their boondocking or dry camping or tent camping, which is down there along that creek. You get there early enough.
Get shade.
That's right. And what's good about their prices, it covers the full rally too. Most of these ones, it's got tent prices. It'll cover the whole time of the rally. Like if you want to get there, depending on the campground. Some of these campgrounds do not open until Wednesday or Thursday. Other ones are actually open all year round. Kickstands is open, Days End is open year round. That you can call and see how early you can get in for that price for like a tent or a dry camping spot.
We contacted Chris's campground and didn't get any response yet, so we don't know anything about theirs, and their website was not current with the prices for this year. So we don't know a whole lot about Chris's. If they call back, we'll let you know. We reached out to Kathmandu. They do have spots still available. It's $500 for a dry hookup. That includes for 2 people. They have RV electric for $850. They have some pull-through spots with 50 amp hookup for $950. And they also have that free shuttle service with the bus they have. Their own bus, not the bus.
So the next stop off is Ride and Rest. That's $125 for the tent spots. And right now they have a couple of full hookups left at $850, and they have electric and water, 1 or 2 of those for $650. And right now they should know something. By the time you see this video, you could give them a call and you could see if she was redoing the schedule and she was putting everybody in their spot to make sure she had what she had. So our next stop is going to, a lot of people recommend this one. They really like this one, and it's called Hog Heaven. It's over there by the
Jack Pine Gypsies racetrack.
And it's over there on the side of that. But right now they're completely sold out. The only thing they have left is dry camping and also tent camping. So there it's $165 for the wristband. And if you want to bring your trailer over there, it's $105 for that. You have to add that to the price too. So you can dry camp, you can run a generator. All these places that usually say you can dry camp, they're pretty good about you can bring a generator. But you can definitely check on that when you contact them and let them know what you want.
At Lamphere, they have $270 tent spots. That's for the whole rally, the 4th through the 13th. They have 30 amp spots for $600. They also have for $273, you can dry camp there. So that's right outside before you get into Glencoe is where Lamphere is.
Next one is No Name Campground. They are completely sold out. All they have left is the tent spots, and they're running, is it $200? $200 for tent spots. And that, once again, when we're talking about tent spots and that first price, that's everybody you have. You got 6 people, you're going to have to be 6 times 2.
There you go.
$1,200 just to get your pass to get in and out of the campground and use that ground. Next stop off is Eagles Landing. It's actually right behind Days End. You actually take the same road there to get to it.
It's up on top of the hill.
Yep. So there they want $150 for the tent. They have some water and electric spots at $750. Now, this includes 2 people with the water and electric. The tent spot $150 is 1 person. They have left, I don't know if it's still there or not, it was there when I clicked on it, $895. They had 1 full hookup left. That's it. Other than that, they're sold out, except for those few water and electric and the tent spots.
And there you don't have to have a band too. They give you a brand just to check in and out, but it doesn't cost anything. It's just to let them know that you're camping there and you've paid.
One we're going to is a lot of people recommended this campground, and we went by there. It's going to be at the end of the video. It's called Bear Butte Creek Campground. And so what they've got is they've got some shaded spots for tenting. It's $140 per person. that they also have some dry camping available. That Bear Butte, their hookup spots are pretty much all gone, but they do have some RVs that they rent out, which is actually really not a bad price. They've got one, and this for the full rally. You can rent an RV for 2 people. It's a 20-foot long trailer for $954. The RV, they have one that they have some that they rent out for 2 people. It's a 20-foot trailer is $954. That's really a great deal for the whole.
Has a bathroom in the trailer, so how about that?
Now, they do have some other campers that do not have bathrooms. They're like a pop-up, or they got one for the back of a truck camper and stuff. They go for between $450 and $500, but they're close. They do have bathrooms there. So that's not a bad deal. Next stop off we do is Suzie's Campground. You talked to him, so tell us a little bit about Suzie's Campground.
Right now he says he's got cabins, and more cabins. So if you're looking for a cabin and can't find one, Suzie's Campground has them. He said it's $1,400. Some of them have 2 beds, some of them have 3 beds, some of them have 4 beds. So if you're coming with a bunch of guys and you're looking for a cabin, call Suzie's Campground. They can get you hooked up. They don't have any RV spots as of right now. They do have dry camping also, and they'll pump you out for $35. So if you have your own and you want a boondock and you need to get pumped out, it's only $35 at Suzie's Campground. But they have cabins.
So the last one we're going to talk about, actually there's one we forgot to check into, and that is
Shade Valley.
Shade Valley. We didn't get around to checking out the website or anything like that, and we'll give them a call later, and maybe we'll do a video just for them. But check them out. I know they probably still have some spots. They're a little bit farther out. They're about 6-7 miles past the Buffalo Chip on that same road going out. So it's a little ways out of the way. They really upgraded their campground. They got a bigger stage now. They
got a full-on restaurant.
Yeah, so they've done a lot of upgrading. It's new owners. They've been in there for, I think, 4 or 5 years now. And we haven't got a chance to get back with them. We called them earlier this year when we came out there in October, but they weren't available to talk. What we're going to do is talk a little bit about the Buffalo Chip. You know, they just announced, just yesterday, they just announced another concert, which we put that up too, and it's going to be Lita Ford and Limp Bizkit. So that's some pretty good acts, and I think it's Monday night if they're going to have that. And so it's really exciting. The Buffalo Chip is doing a lot of work this year to upgrade. They've actually got crews coming in the next couple weeks to start doing some major modifications, upgrades to the Buffalo Chip. And we're going to be there to cover all that, so you guys are going to see all that. And as we get closer and closer, you'll get to hear what's going on. But just like here, they just raised the price again. So right now, to get a band to get you in the campground, or if you want to stay the whole time and camp, it runs you $425. And for that rate, that's from the 5th to the 13th. That's what they do. They do have a pre-rally price too if you want to come in earlier, but that's all they have. Now on all their camping sites, this includes the trailer for as long as you're there. So if you're renting a trailer or you're bringing your own trailer, it's however long you bought a van for. So if you bought a van for pre-rally all the way to the end, this price is already there. There's no extra daily charges. So what they've still got left available right now is, we'll start at the top. They've got a 50 amp on asphalt. That is right next to the stage. You want something classy like that, that's $1450 for the whole rally. They have a lot of spots still available. Starting out between 30 and 50 amp service, starting out at $675 for the whole thing. It's kind of like where we stayed last time up in Blue Sky.
Blue Sky.
That's that area. I think the back 40 is kind of in that area. They have a lot of other spots. If you go on their website, you might get confused because they have a place where you can pick the campsites. Well, those are all sold out, but that doesn't mean the campground sold out. I don't know what's different about those sites than the other ones. We'll have to ask them why. Because those you could actually pick a spot you want. The rest of the campground, you can't do that. Like where we're staying at is
Deep Lake.
And it is sold out. But there's no, you don't get a spot. They put you in where you're going to be, and based on how many people you book, that'll be where you're at. So there's still a lot of camping there, and there's always tent camping. And there is shade. If you've got a tent or you've got a motorcycle with a little trailer on the back, you can pull it off the road there. There is areas there that have tents, but you have to get there for the pre-rally to get into those shady areas. That's just a thumbs up to let you know what's going on with the Buffalo Chip. One of the other neat things that they had when I was thumbing through their website, they have what's called Camp Zero. They have these big giant like glamour tents, those big old giant tents that you use out in a safari or something. They have, it'll sleep 6 people, has 3 queen size air mattresses in them, and for the whole rally, it's $450. So that's not
a bad price.
Yeah, so if you, it didn't say you had to have a limit of, now you do have to add the $425 to that per person.
for the wristbands.
Yeah, and they still do have some RVs that they're renting. I don't think they have any more of the brand new ones left. They said call if you need to know that. But I think they've still got a few trailers. Those you don't get to pick. The ones that they've still got left now, you don't get to pick where they're at. Most of them are up there in the back 40.
Also at the Buffalo Chip, they have Camp Easy Ride, and from the 4th through the 7th, it's $7.99. From the 9th through the 12th, is $7.99. So you can do either like the beginning of the rally, the ending of the rally. If you want to do the whole rally, it's $15.99. And what's good about that is you can just ride it on your motorcycle if you're driving in from wherever you're at, and Marcus has everything set up for you. He's got the tent, he's got a bed, he's got a cooler and chairs and linens and everything, power packs and fans.
And see if there's anything that you guys might want to check out. And then we'll also put a link at the end. If you want to watch, it'll take you to a playlist of a bunch of campgrounds that we've gone through over the last couple of years to give you an idea of what they look at. So with that, we'll go ahead and leave you and send them to the video.
Thanks for hanging out with us today. I hope we got a lot of good information out of this video. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Share us with your family and friends. Think about Patreon. Give us a big thumbs up. Ring that bell for notifications, and we'll see you on the next video.
Hey, we'll see you in Sturgis.